Okay, what are your roles?
So the different roles that I've taken were I probably will miss some, but like from the earliest roles I can remember, because I went to theater arts camp, so I had like some summer roles. My first one ever was in Peter Pan. I landed the role of Smee, the side pirate,
The ugly gremlin,
the ugly gremlin
the
pirate,
troll,
who was like the sidekick of Captain Hook, who like is like being like he's like really goofy and stuff. So I was flipping Shmee, and I remember they like handpicked me for Smee. They were like, "We just thought you'd do so well in this role." Like I didn't audition for it. Okay, we would all do a talent. Like we would all just show our talents, and then they would handpick us to be what role we were in. And you know what the worst part is? That was the best role I ever got in all my summers. It just went downhill from there. And by downhill, I really just mean into a number of lines. Like, because I remember Smee had I remember it so well. I mean, Smee had like 60 lines, and I think the star of the show had like 120 lines, and then like a lot of the characters had like 30 or less, and a bunch of characters only had like 5, 10. Sometimes people had one line, so I felt really good about that. But I was Smee, and I remember. Do you want to know what my audition was?
Yes.
It was. There was a great big moose. There was a great big moose. He liked to drink a lot of juice, and they were just like. Smee. So that was the first one, and then the next year.
Did you pick that audition song yourself?
It was we did a joint audition, so it was me and my friend that auditioned together, and she actually I think was the one that was like, this would be a good idea because she knew the lyrics.
Yeah.
But I think why I got a bigger role is because there was like the echo, right? But I was the one that would say the line, and she would repeat the line, so it showed that I had a really good memory and that I could remember the whole song. Whereas like my friend, even though my friend was a great singer, like a really talented singer, and she didn't get to showcase it because we really just did Great Big Moose. Like she didn't even sing. But the next year. We did do another joint audition, her and I, and this time we sang a duet of Reflection from Mulan.
Look at me.
Yes.
I will never pass.
Yeah, so that was a good one. And so we really showed our singing chops there. So actually she deserved this. She got the caterpillar role where like he's like smoking that thing, and then he's like she had this really difficult song she had to learn.
Yeah.
I was Tweedledum.
Oh, fantastic.
So there was a theme, and I remember also that my Tweedledee was someone that at the time, actually, I think that I was just like not wanting to make new friends, but it was someone I did not know and didn't particularly like, and I don't know why I didn't like them, but I just remember at the time thinking like, oh no, my Tweedledee is someone that I don't even like, but they were fine. Like looking back, I was a hater for no reason. Also, I got my period in the Tweedledum costume, my very first period. Yeah. And like luckily it didn't bleed everywhere, but I remember we were like it was like 3 days before the recital. I forgot this until I started bringing it up. I like blacked this out. I remember okay, anyone who this is just a story for you to hear about menstruation. This would have been the summer after grade 6, I think. So I would have been 12 years old, and we were like 3 days in advance of the show. So we are now actually doing the recital with our costumes on, which we almost never did. And I'll say in advance, this doesn't end in me like soiling the costume.
Yeah.
But I do remember wearing it, and then like my friend and I, that same friend, went to the bathroom like at the same time, and we were in the stalls or whatever. And I remember, you know what happens next, everybody.
Yeah.
I pull my pants down, my little pants, and I see what I don't want to see, and I wipe, and something's there that I did not expect.
It's new.
And I remember just out loud, I was like, oh my God. And then my friend was like, what? And I was like, oh my God. And she was like, what? But I was so embarrassed, I didn't even tell her. I was like, I just said like nothing and pretending nothing was happening. But then I didn't like get protection to like cover up the bloodies. So I just lived the rest of the camp day waiting and waiting. And I remember thinking like, well, when mom comes picks me up, like I'll just tell her right away. But guess who picks me up? Dad. So I was like, what am I gonna do? And I remember I still didn't tell him, and I just sat there like bleeding up. And then I remember my mom didn't get home. Like I think we were probably back home at like 4 or something. My mom didn't get off work till 6.
Yeah.
And so I remember I just sat in the living room chair and like stared at the floor, and like because I knew that things were wrong. I don't know why I didn't do anything. Like when you're so young, you just don't know what to do.
It's so stressful.
It's so stressful because I was just scared. I don't know why, but eventually she comes home. I remember being like, Mom, can I talk to you? And I remember she tried to brush me off. She was like, let me just get my work clothes off. I'm like, it's kind of important. And then she comes up and I'm like, I think I have my period. Or whatever.
Oh my God,
like,
I couldn't even say the word period for months. I couldn't say the word pad.
Oh yeah.
So much so when I was at the grocery store and like I needed pads because it like ran out. I was like, Mom, like I need my thing.
I need my thing.
And she was like, what?
Can you get me like what I need?
And I was like, my thing. And she was like, I can't get it if you don't tell me what it is. I don't understand your colors. And I was like, never mind. And she like had to go deal with it later.
Mom, like why didn't you read my mind? Anyway, so sorry. Let me read the chat real quick while we move on from that story.
So funny.
Oh, okay, corrupted, Batman, I don't fucking know. Oh my god. Okay, you put it new, don't say it.
Here we go.
Oh, well, thank you, corrupted, for not giving me an additional bad word. Do you see it?
No.
I'll write it.
Okay.
Because I don't want to get frickin'. You don't have a single. This is the bad word. We'll never say that.
Of course.
Come on. Okay, bye, Max.
Bye, Max.
Hey.
It was nice meeting you. I enjoyed you.
I'm gonna go to sleep. Well, at least try good night, everyone. Thank you so much, Max. It was so fun to hang out with you. I appreciate you stopping by.
Yeah.
Everyone says bye. Oh my god, Max just says Tuzzy the Fuzzy Wuzzy.
That's
So you gotta love that. Bruh. Notice it, child. I noticed it. Which is better, House Hippos or Marine Land? That's a great question.
Thank you for that very Ontarian
Oh my god.
question.
They also gave another word. This one won't be hard for me because I actually don't really use this as a nickname for the Tuz. Y'all do, which I have no problem with, but
Yeah.
I don't think I'll have an issue with it.
Yeah.
See it? Thanks for giving us 3 don't say it's, everybody, in one night.
Yeah, we have a lot to think about.
I'll finish my role story and then we can talk about Marine Land.
Yes.
But yeah, so I got my period as Tweedledee. I mean dumb. Tweedledum, not even D. I think that's what I remembered hating the most. I'm like, why did I get dumb? Like I couldn't be D. And we did have a stupid song too, but it was like the song about like all of those little oysters dying. Do you remember?
Oh, the walrus.
Like the walrus.
And the carpenter. Yeah, I remember
that was
one.
our song, and we sang it, and we had to learn a little choreo, whatever.
Whoa.
So that was that. That was Alice in Wonderland. So then the next year we did Sound of Music. Okay, and you know this also wasn't a bad year for me. I would say that I had less lines than Smee for sure. Tweedledum I wasn't a huge fan of, but this time I auditioned again vocally. I think this time we did. I could be wrong. I think I auditioned again with the same girl, and I'm pretty sure we sang another Disney song. I think it was A Whole New World.
Yeah.
So I think we sang A Whole New World. We didn't do bad, right? But we got cast as
That's too more Lento. It was to use these why not?
Really? Oh. Okay, I'm an idiot. You're right.
Oh, the word was not that.
Yeah.
It's the other one.
Okay, can you give me a pass because I didn't understand? It's not my fault. Because then I'll be at my max.
Yeah, this is actually gonna be a problem because
roll back.
Lonzo accidentally called me the the word during a workshop at work. I thought it was cute.
Yeah, I remember that happening too and being like, they don't know that
They
that's your
don't- yeah.
nickname, and maybe they just assumed it, but it was just such a stupid thing.
I know. I just remember thinking like,
Why'd you say that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was such an easy thing to just be like Tuzzy was saying. There's like, what?
why did you say it, dude?
Oh, yeah. Okay, that really is my bad. Sorry.
It's such a mess.
This is what it's like. Okay. F it. Okay.
F it.
Anyway, we got cast as sisters, and by that I mean nuns.
Oh god.
And I particularly played Sister Margareta, I think was my name. And what I do remember is that I had a very, very high note in my song that I could not reach.
Oh,
Like, it was
no.
a high note, and I remember being like, can we change the octave of this song? And they were like, I don't think that's gonna work. So I had to like try and sing this note live, and they wouldn't give me any help. And I was like, this sucks. I'm telling you, I can't hit this note. And they're like, because the people who ran this were like, I swear, like I was young at the time, but they were probably like 16, right?
Yeah.
Like, and I think they seemed older to me at the time, but anyway, so Sister Margareta, that wasn't bad. I did sing live. My mom taped it. I remember it was like a prideful moment where I was like, had my live song, which was the one about Maria.
Oh, how do you solve a
How
problem
do you
like
solve-
Maria?
Exactly. And I had some beautiful solo parts. It was awesome. So that was that. And then my worst role of all time. This was when things were bad. This was a hard time in my life. And I was very like, I was depressed at this time, so I didn't do a nice audition. Like I remember I didn't really put my all into it. This time I auditioned with that girl was no longer at this camp with me, and I was with 2 different girls that were my close friends, but we all auditioned together, and I like took a very slack role in the audition on purpose. Like I took like this dog role that barely had any lines in my audition. So, and I wasn't as like outgoing or whatever. So I think you know this one. This is where I was cast as like Bergda the maid. Like some dumb ass maid, and I think I had 1 line. That was like, okay, sir. Like that was my whole line or something. I was like, and then I went to camp for 3 weeks to practice for this play. Meanwhile, I had 1 scene and 1 line. Like, to be fair, I was in the group scenes.
Yeah.
So I got to be in all of the group numbers, and there was choreo and music to learn there. So like, really, there was still a lot to learn. But I remember being like, 4 years ago I was Smee. I got
Today
to
I'm
be
Bergda.
today I'm Bergda. Like I just thought it was the worst thing ever. And then the same year I was Smee would have been the same year I was Ugly, like starring in Ugly Duckling. So that was when I was my
Oh
peak
my
of
God.
acting. I was at
I
peak.
love how your name was just Ugly in the play.
I'm pretty
too.
sure that was the name. I'm pretty sure that was the name, Ugly.
That's so funny, man.
Yeah, so anyway, those are like my main roles. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. The Queen, I missed that. I was that Queen, but I think those were my main roles.
Those are some good ones.